Sorry if I look a mess, I just got out the shower. Yes, I do shower. Kagurabachi 98, yeah. 10 out of 10 chapter. Not even gonna like try and do anything funny in this intro. It's just 10 out of 10. It's so good. I've been anticipating the return of Ikuto Hagiwara for a very long time. We haven't seen him since the Sojo arc, alright? He was legless, he lost his whole squad. Haven't heard of him since. We saw a few panels of him and that was it. He's back, finally. I had such high expectations for the chapter that he returned in, and somehow Hokuzono completely surpassed every expectation I had. I don't know how that's possible. It's so much better than anything I could have imagined, and what I imagined was pretty good. So like, that's crazy impressive. Ikuto Hagiwara has now also joined the Big Three. The Big Three schizoversal scaling characters of Arthur Boyle, Aoi Todo, and now Ikuto Hagiwara, because he's lost his mind. He's gone full schizophrenic. I'm talking, he genuinely believes his best friend who died is still alive. He's subconsciously animating his magnetic sand to wear his friend Kugara's face, or his mask rather I should say. He's literally controlling this thing. It's completely a figment of his imagination that it speaks back to him and tells him that it's going to do stuff independently of him, kind of like a stand from JoJo's. But he is just subconsciously controlling it. That's the level that he's gotten to, where he is so traumatized by his squad's death and he thinks he's so worthless. I mean, the chapter is literally called Worthless Commander, but he thinks he's so unbelievably worthless that he's lost his mind. Like, he's gone full cuckoo, still missing legs. He's animating his sand to speak to him like a, oh, it's just really sad and weird, and I really feel for him, man. And he's done. He's finished. But then the Kamanabi becomes under attack and he decides to lock in. And I say decides, his magnetic sand with the floating face of his best friend tells him to lock in, which is a crazy thing to be saying. I'll be real. That's an odd sentence, but yeah. And he has such a powerful aura entrance. Like, he just walks in between the Uran Hishaku, I think her name is, and the bingo guy with the dog lion things. Yeah, he walks between them just like it's nothing. Like, no one's expecting to see him, not even his own comrades, right? And he's floating along on his magnetic sand. And he's just crazy. I don't know what to say. He just starts screaming to himself, I think. I don't know. He just starts tweaking. He's genuinely bugging. I don't even know how to explain this chapter. I can't put into words what I'm seeing. He's just lost the plot. And I'm like, damn, Ikuto's back. He's gonna have such a great aura moment this chapter. He gets immediately frozen solid by Uran. Like, mid-speech, frozen solid. No hesitation. Uran on sight, frozen solid. And then Bingo turns his head into another of the freaky dog things and he's just ready to snap him in half. And I was like, wow, we're really doing that. We're doing the Gege style, where we're just hyping up the return of this character. We're just hyping up this character to be so cool, and we're gonna use him as like a, wow, this is how evil the Hishaku are. And I gave up. I walked away from my desk. I don't know. Fortunately, that's not what happened, even though the Hishaku being on smoke like that is unbelievably cool, I can't lie. Like, these two, I did not expect to like them as much as I do, but Bingo especially is really cool, man. I really like Bingo. But anyway, obviously Ikuto is that guy, so he uses his magnetic sand to, someone was pointing out in my comments that he's basically a mix of Gaara and Magneto, which is really cool. But yeah, he's using his magnetic sand to just shred through the ice and then shred through the lion, head, wolf, dog thing. I'm not even gonna pretend to know what it is. Demon. I'm just gonna call it a demon. Once Bingo pulls his head back and de-transforms, I guess, it's kind of like LaRue's technique from JJK, where he only takes a bit of the damage that his transformation takes, which is interesting, and it just makes him even stronger. But then, of course, because the demon bit him, now Ikuto is like really, really heavy, so he just gets pushed to the floor. And just when we think, oh, well, what are they gonna do now? He reveals that he can basically use his magnetism to do a giant MRI scan of the entire Kamanabi headquarters, which may not sound like it's very useful because you can't kill Hishaku with MRI scans, believe it or not, but you can detect who has organs. And who doesn't have organs? Well, that would be the Hishaku member who has been turned into a vessel and is now controlling the barrier, stopping Chihiro and Samura from getting through, and stopping our messages from reaching Hiyuki and Shiba for backup. And he's basically able to tell that Lucas Hishaku is the vessel. So what do? Do we then cut to Lucas kind of, cooking some elite sorcerers and then build up to a fight between... No, we're not doing any of that. Nope. Ikuto just sends his best friend's pointy mask face thing on his kinetic sand straight through the floor above him, and in one of the best pages of all of Kagurabachi ever, impales Lucas through the chest. Yeah, this is 10 out of 10. I can't lie. It's so good. I mean, I highly doubt Lucas is dead. Let's like consider the facts here, right? Okay, he's done nothing. But at the beginning of this arc, he was introduced. He looks very similar to Yura. He's the one who said Yura will be king. He dresses like Yura. He basically had his little moment with Yura in the beginning of the arc where Yura said he's the strongest Ishaku, which mangakas don't write stuff like that unless it's for a reason, you know? He then immediately ran towards Uraha upon teleporting into the base, got one-tapped, out of commission, not seen from again, not really much focus on, had his little Yura will be king moment, and now before he's even managed to stand back up, he's been impaled through the chest by Ikuto from one floor below, and he's been revealed to be the vessel controlling the barrier. So either Lucas Ishaku himself has some crazy busted sorcery that's going to be able to heal him and make him the strongest Ishaku, or Best Genius is going to come save the day and heal him up. Either way, I don't think Lucas is going to die here. I think that would be very underwhelming, but I do think he is gonna be on smoke from now on. I can't lie. This is the moment where we really learn about him. And yeah, some people pointed out that he probably doesn't have internal organs, so didn't take much damage from this attack, but he still needs blood, surely, right? Like his brain needs blood. I mean, I guess if he doesn't need his stomach, then his body is probably just past the point of needing organs. So he'll probably just walk around with a hole in him like a zombie, which would be really cool. What I want to know is like, is he the strongest Ishaku because he's this vessel, or is he this vessel because he's the strongest Ishaku? Like, is his sorcery really busted, or is he just strong because he's a vessel? Either way, I think Lucas is going to be a problem moving forward. Lucas is, again, we sidelined him early to kind of, you know, make the readers let their guard down around him. And this, again, is doing the same thing. I think Lucas might be a different league. And I do believe Yura when he says he's the strongest Ishaku. So, oh, I'm expecting big things from this man. But yeah, Ikuto gets all the glory this chapter. He's got so much aura. He is completely deranged, delusional. He is somehow stronger than he was before, simply because he is so unbelievably damaged and schizophrenic that he's able to control his ability to create an independent Shikigami-like thing or stand-like thing that is able to fight by his side, even though he is just subconsciously controlling it and thinking for it. But he's just that mentally broken. Like he's deranged. I don't know what to say. But that's the chapter. That's literally it. We just learn about like how Ikuto, Jesus, bro, you need to change up the names, man. Ikuto just went insane, aura farmed, got frozen, kind of aura farmed again, and then aura farmed some more by just straight up no-diffing Lucas Ishaku through the floor, which obviously is then setting up Lucas cooking. And now I feel like I'm repeating myself. That's the gist of the chapter. But like, where do we even go from here, man? Because even if like Lucas doesn't die from that thing, maybe it distracted him or like, you know, hurt him enough to let his guard down and stop his control of the barrier. So maybe now Chihiro and Samura will get in, or maybe now we can contact Shiba and Hayuki, and we know once Shiba gets contacted, he can be here instantly, right? Pretty much instantaneously. I feel like that had to have resulted in some kind of change in the barrier, even if it didn't kill Lucas. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Let's be real. But we're reaching, I can feel it, like we're reaching the climax of the arc here, and there's going to be a huge bombshell dropped on us very soon, like I can feel it. Because Hokutono's got this really interesting writing technique where he introduces loads of very obvious like build-up moments that everyone's like, oh my god, the Sword Saint stood up. And then he won't ever talk about it again for like 5 chapters. Everyone will forget about it because of all the other hype stuff going on, and it will come back round in a crazy way. There's like 3 things like that happening right now, so it's gonna be so good. Like, hang tight, because I think chapter 100 is probably going to be the one where we do something absolutely mental. But yeah, that is it for Kagurabachi 98. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, like and subscribe and all that stuff.